Chairman Brown, you have a quorum.
All right, thank you. All right, at this time, we'll open for public comments. If anybody is here would like to say anything. And it doesn't look like it, so we'll move right along. Okay, approval for the minutes of the previous meeting that met August 7th, 2017. Has everybody had a chance to review these? I'll entertain a motion to approve whenever.
I'll move.
Second.
Moved and second.
Okay, vote, Bilodeau,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Kerr,
Yeah.
Lentz.
Yes.
The minutes of the August 7th meeting are approved as written.
All right, great. Okay, agenda item number 4, discussion and possible action concerning a new facade or changes to the door and windows located at 107 West Harrison Avenue. And,
Like some background on that, the applicant is Mr. Chris DeFries. He is with us tonight here for any specific questions. He's requesting to make changes to the new front windows and the wooden door on the facade of the building at 107 West Harrison Avenue. It's the Guthrie News Leader building.
Mr. DeFries, we don't have a microphone up here, do we?
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, yeah, it's right in front of me. Okay. All right. Would you mind giving us a summary of what you plan to do?
Yeah, I provided a summary, but basically what I'm going to do is, do you all have copies of the CAD drawing? If you take a look at the CAD drawing, the existing, looks like vampires live in there right now. They veneered it up with these wood slats, and the proposal is, we bought the building back in last December, and right now we're in the process of remodeling the inside, and I know that exteriorly, we want to make sure we keep the integrity of the building and the beauty of it. So bottom line is, we want to take the louvers out and then put in wood frames, and I've already ordered the glass. So you'll have 8 glass windows across the bottom. And then if you look at the second page, where if you're familiar with the building in Stacy's Restaurant, there's a white 96 by 36 inch door that is right there. I've already ordered from OHC an identical door for the other side of the building because there's stairs that go upstairs there. So instead of using that entryway that co-joins those 2 buildings, then we'll have an additional entryway on the left-hand side. And we're going to brick that in so it looks like it's natural and it looks like the other door. And then I've also ordered 2, the doors that are there now are wooden and they're falling apart, they're deteriorating. So we're going to order brand new glass window doors that are wood frames, and then 2 glass entry doors to come in. And then a second phase, the upstairs is a little bit more challenging because the way they bricked up the facade, the windows, there's still windows back there, but they don't necessarily line up with the archways. So we've got to address that issue down the road. But I'm going to have the mason take a look at that, and then we'll come before you again, for that matter.
Does it still have the heat and air duct work running across the floor up there on the second level?
No, sir. I mean, you're all willing to. I'd love to take you over there whenever we've done a lot of things.
One time it did, didn't it?
I know. They're still upstairs. We replaced the stairs because there was only like 4 stairs left. We built a beautiful staircase. So the staircase that goes up there now, it still has the high raised ceilings, and it looked like I'm not familiar with the history of when it happened, but they've got beams going up that it looked like they were attempting to frame it in upstairs back in the 70s, and then they just stopped. So it still has the framing upstairs. There's some floor issues. We're addressing the floor issues upstairs. We put some lighting up there so you can see what you're doing. So it's a step-by-step process. And right now, we don't know exactly. The plan right now is get the new doors in, get the new windows in downstairs. I just ordered 4,000 square feet of flooring, brand new flooring for downstairs. So once that happens, I should have that done, I would say, by next month, October, November timeframe. And then probably turn it over to a realtor to start showing the building. And then to see, there's not really a list of businesses that want to come to Guthrie right now that I'm aware of. I'd love to have that list if we have it. But then open it up for mixed use, I can see law offices going in there. I can see a restaurant. I can see there's a million possibilities. It's 4,000 square feet downstairs, 4,000 square feet upstairs, and then there's a 2,000 square foot shop. So it's got a lot of potential. It's just you got to get it to the point where somebody can see that potential.
Yeah. I don't know how many times I've been past that building and just looked at it and said, man, how beautiful would this be with the glazing back in and just
Right.
the windows opened up again, yeah.
Yeah. So
I was excited to hear your project.
Looking back at images that are available at the museum prior to 1910, if somebody wanted to shade the windows, they would have used awnings. I mean, shutters aren't inappropriate for the time period, but I'm really excited about being able to see your windows.
yeah, me too. Yeah, and we're considering awnings too. See, the thing right now is I don't know. My initial thought was I've got several businesses that I run. And I've got an antiques and collectible business on the side where I've got enough stuff to fill up that entire building. However, I've got 4 full-time jobs, and I can't be there every day to run it. And so that's a dilemma, but that's still a possibility. Guthrie's known for its antique shops. People come here for that. It'd be, but and when I talk to people, they're like, well, we have enough antique shops. So I don't know, what the thought process is there, but I would love to do that. We've got a LLC, Blast from the Past, so we could really do a great, and with the one going across the street's going out of business, but they're downsizing or whatever they're doing. So that would be good traffic there for that. It's just, at the moment, I don't know exactly what we're going to do, but I do know that this is going to improve whatever we do, for the look, for the attraction of businesses, for us to open a business, whatever it is, I think it's going to be beneficial. And it's all going to be professionally done. I mean, I've got everything lined up. So.
Okay, thank you.
Did there used to be a door where you're placing a door, do you think?
Yes, sir. I've got the plans from the.
Okay.
I mean, realistically, the newspaper did this back in the 70s from my research, but
That's true.
But to take this entire facade down would be
Right.
astronomically expensive. I would love to do it. I think it would look, basically it looked almost just like Stacy's Next Door is what it looked like. There was a door right there at the time. It's still, I just took the door out, matter of fact.
Okay.
It's in the back, but that's where the door was. Because there's another stairs that went up, but
So you have the door that was there?
I do, but I can't put that back. It's in,
I understand, but it's a big single pane door like?
yes, sir. Yes, it's
'Cause
old.
that's what was on our place. Our place was built in 1902, and that's what ours had.
Okay, yeah, I've got the door. And it's got like a window above it. It's in rough shape.
Having those big single planes was a statement of being affluent because this was the new technology of the time. So.
Right.
Yeah, big one.
So I love your improvements, your suggestions, and I think these are great. Does anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns?
How wide are these windows down below? In the first
They're 22 by 70. And Maker's Glass is making those. They're going to be single pane, double. They're going to be 3/4 inch thick. And then we've made, I had a guy give me a quote. He wanted $18,000 for 8 windows. And I was like, unless you're going to mow my grass for the rest of your life, every day, I'm not giving you $18,000. So we custom made frames, wooden frames, that we're going to put these in. I got a picture if you want to see the frames, but the frames are going to be gorgeous. And then I've got, for Maker's Glass, he's ordered in 8. Because there's actually 9 windows, but we're gonna lose one because we're gonna
Right.
lose to the door. So, but he's ordering those windows right now. They're gonna be double pane glass, 3/4 of an inch thick. We're gonna slide them down inside of these really nice frames, and then they're gonna be wooden frames outside the building that are gonna be gorgeous.
Nice.
So,
Great.
I move we accept as presented.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All right, can we have a vote?
Bilodeau,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Kerr. I'm sorry. Where am I at? Bilodeau, Brown, Lentz.
Yes.
How hard would it be
Okay,
to
have
light
I got everybody?
with this window and keep that
Okay.
light? I got a question before we
yeah, sure, no
move
problem.
on. How difficult,
Let me take a look at what you're saying, sorry.
the only problem I have is this door going in here. The one you're putting in and taking away this archway here.
Actually, we're not gonna take away the archway. This.
On the drawing, yeah.
I should have brought that up. What I'm trying, the problem is, and are you familiar with Thomas Miller? He's a local mason guy.
Yes.
Very good brick worker. He's working on it right now. We haven't started this because I haven't got approved yet. Once I get approved, we're actually gonna keep the archway. We're just gonna bring it up a little bit to be even with this one, is what we're gonna do. But it's difficult because you're putting in a square door, and the door, to match this other door that's over here, right next to Stacy's, it's a 36 by 96 inch door. So the 96 inch door is taller than this archway. So I've got to be able to blend this archway in and try to make it look natural. So I'm gonna bring it up a little higher and then make it even with this one and keep the archway. So that's what, and I've been wrestling with that for 2 weeks, but I didn't want to cut it off either. So we're gonna keep the arch and we're gonna brick it in, but it's the best I can do because of the size of the door. And I wanted to keep it consistent with the other doors. Otherwise, if I would put a smaller door in there, then it wouldn't have looked right either. It wouldn't have been exact. So we are gonna keep that archway. It's just gonna be a little bit higher than the other archways.
So match the archway in
The entry
height with
arches.
the other two.
Yes, and this guy's a master mason. He does a lot of work in Guthrie, and I've had this conversation with him, and like I said, he was at my building today, and unfortunately, the door is not coming in till next Wednesday, so we can't get started till next Wednesday, and I want to get your approval first, so.
Before we finish that vote then, do we need to incorporate that amendment that they're gonna keep an archway over the door, just so he doesn't have to come back?
Well,
Well,
the
this
mo,
is-
yeah, I think the motion was made and seconded and voted upon. I can put a note in the minutes that the archway is going to
That includes the archway.
do that.
I apologize for that. I just, when I had these done a long time ago, and I'm not a brick guy, so I had to talk to him.
It looks like you're making every effort to maintain the facade of not
trying.
only your building, but the buildings around the area.
Exactly.
I'm having a hard time picturing how you're gonna get a 3-foot wide door, and then with the opening, you're gonna have to cut in with the framing. You're talking
55
about
inches,
how much?
55.
55 inches and
Total.
keeping that archway the way it looks here.
We'll have to bring it up a little bit. Like I said,
So you're actually gonna be changing that archway.
right, just a little bit. We're going to modify it just a little because it can't, it's too low right now. It's at,
Match this one, so it'll be up a little bit.
right.
like
But we're going
that.
to try to make it as beautiful as we can. You know, it's one of those kind of things that either no arch or arch a little higher. That's the only options, really. I figured the arch a little higher would be, just keep with the flow.
Did you say there's a stairwell behind that?
Yes, sir.
That they just covered over and abandoned?
Yes, sir.
Then you have space.
And we just built that entire staircase back that looks really good.
Rebuilt it?
There was like 6 stairs left, and
Picture of that.
They took part of that out for the,
that was all out. Yeah.
when they moved that.
But I would invite any of you to come over and take a look at what we're doing, and we're trying to do the best we can, I promise you.
I think it looks good. It looks good. Breathe new life back in the,
Yeah, and those shutters, I don't, you know, it's just every time I look at it, it just makes me cringe. I'm like, you know, who did that? But,
Bill Lehman.
you know, and then if you think about it, if you were gonna go with regular windows and take out those archways and everything, it would, the way they did it, it's okay, it's just, it would look a lot better with glass. And then you have retail space right there and everything, so it's beneficial for everybody.
Good. Well, thanks, Chris. We appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I don't think you got Patrick's vote on that one where.
Oh, we didn't get Patrick's vote on it.
Not yet. I'm looking up Google Street View. Hold on. So we can visualize it a little bit better. If my map will
Commissioner Kerr?
load. I'm traveling through Guthrie via Google Maps. Hold on. Okay,
So it's gonna match that, right? No, that's the center door. Where's
that's the
where's-
door.
It's gonna,
And then these
well, there's
are
no
gonna be
arch
a
over
bit-
here.
but they're gonna be.
There's an arch over the 2 main doors, and we're gonna try to bring it up to match, to be level with those.
So that's the one he's talking about right here. We
Yeah.
got that.
But it's gonna match the same height levels. as
Exactly.
Stacy's, and the same width as Stacy's.
So, or, I mean, I could take out the arch. It's up, I mean, it's really, I mean, right now he hasn't done it, so if you think it's gonna look better without an arch, then I could leave it without the arch.
It'd look better if you could stick that door right there where that existing arch is, but I don't know if you have enough width.
I don't.
That's a 22-inch
22.
window.
Well, like I said, you'd have to.
My
break it.
shoulders wouldn't fit through that.
Right.
Get out there.
I've had 4 people look at it, and I'm telling you, it's
But they
from the
could-
corner of the building to where where the door needs to go with the jamb and everything, it's 55 inches, and
You have that or
it's
not.
just the way it's set up. I didn't, you know.
'cause this is
And I don't want to lose more than one window
1915.
to do that.
1915.
And that's not the facade of the original building.
No,
That's what I
They
keep hearing.
re-bricked it.
no, that whole facade is not,
That's not original.
that was put up in the 70s. That's all just, it's 6-inch brick all the way up, 6-inch thick. The newspaper did it.
And that facade replaced another later model facade that was probably put in maybe in the 50s.
50s, yes.
Yeah.
So we're two
Two
facades.
facades past, yeah.
I think,
The 19.
And I'm just trying to fix what they've done with the best I can do, cost effectively, and make it look nice.
the arches are gonna be much better than any kind of straight cross or anything else, any other options that are available.
And the mason said that the archway would look better if we just to bring it, unfortunately, we just can't keep it even, but we have to bring it up a little bit, but it still look better than just straight across.
I think if it's the same height, you go up the same number of bricks as the two-door arch.
Yes, that's the
And then
plan.
It's a one-door arch. I think that's probably as good as you're gonna do.
Exactly.
So what do you think?
Talking about that door on the,
Well, seeing that the other three of you are so convinced you're gonna like it, as long as that arch goes in, I'll vote in favor of it.
All right, fine, yeah, that's the intention, that's the plan.
Okay.
Did you hear that, Jim?
Sir?
We got a third vote in favor with the
Patrick
arch.
voted in favor as long as that arch is going in above it.
Okay.
The same
right.
height
Maintain
as
that.
the-
That's what was-
You can just, yeah, do that.
Okay.
That way you don't have to come back to get a.
Yeah, and I appreciate that so much, and like I said, that was an oversight on my part, but like I said, there's a lot of moving parts, and,
Yep.
Now, what day are you available to cut my grass?
yeah. Actually, I got guys that could probably help you with
We
that.
appreciate you improving the building.
Yeah, I think you guys are gonna like it once I'm, just,
I-
and you're all welcome to come through once we, do what we gotta do.
Thank you very much
All
for
right.
your attention to detail.
All right,
We really
hey,
appreciate it.
Thank you.
thank you.
And we're really trying to stick with the integrity of Guthrie. We like it here, and, it's,
Thank you very much.
all right. Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
All right. All right, moving on to item number 5, discussion and possible action concerning new signage located at 110 West Harrison Avenue. Are you here? You're here. All right.
Here.
Since the microphone is actually right in front of me and not over here to the side. All right, can you give us a summary of what's going on?
Okay, I'm Pat Taylor. This is my husband Jerry, and we just acquired the Acton building. And we plan to make it into retail space. Right now, there's no exterior sign at all except for what they put on the windows. And we'd like to put up a rustic kind of sign over the canopy that is there. And we are looking at using the corrugated sheet metal on the back, and then we're just going to have a beige wood sign with black lettering. We're using the approved historical colors that are listed there, and then we're going to do some painting on the lower part to match that.
Okay. So the sheet metal, and we have our little color scheme here with, we have 2, 3, and 4. Which colors are gonna go where?
The background of this sign is the scone, which is an off-white,
Off-white, okay.
and we're going to do the canopy and some of the other front in the off-white.
Okay,
And then there, I didn't draw it, but there's a wicker color brick edge that goes all around that brick facade on the top. And so the wicker sort of matches that tan brick. So we're going to do a little bit of wicker on the front in paint. And then the front door will be black.
okay. So number 1 is the sheet metal, number 2 is the off-white. What color are the letters going to be?
They're going to be black.
They're gonna be-
Match the
They're
door.
gonna match the door black, okay. And then these are the off-white.
Excuse me. Oops, that was you.
I like that too.
Okay. Any questions or comments from commissioners?
What color is one? I don't see it here.
That's the sheet metal, the plain bare sheet metal, that's correct?
Yes, maybe rusted a little, maybe, or with time.
Yeah, it'll age over time after.
Right.
Okay. Any concerns? Oops. Doesn't sound like it.
Is there any reason in our guidelines why we shouldn't approve a sign like that? Is there something glaring, something that I'm not aware of?
Do we have the dimensions of that sign?
Yes.
It says 21 foot by 2.5 feet.
The sheet metal would be 24 by 5, and then the wood sign would be 21 by 2.5. The letters are going to be about 24 inches.
Is that regular corrugated barn siding? Is that what that is?
Yes, right,
The wide corrugation or the narrow corrugation?
narrow,
And the doors will be black?
yes.
And within their nomination, they have cited the, whatever you call it, our,
Manual?
yeah, there we go, there's the word I'm looking for, our manual, so they've.
The red book?
Yeah, our red book, they have done their research, so,
Okay.
I mean, I don't see any
I-
reason.
I think it's in keeping with the spirit of the ordinance. I mean, I would move that we accept it.
Okay, we have a motion, do we have a
I'll
second?
second
We have a second.
Okay,
we have
thank
a
you very
vote?
much.
Commissioner Bilodeau,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Kerr.
Is this the graphics that are gonna go on the sign?
Yes,
Take a look. And that's within our range of acceptable graphics? Yes.
Will you leave those period-looking push bars on those doors? There's some kind of Art Deco, modern-looking,
probably if there's hardware on the doors, that will stay.
they used to be there, but they look,
Do you remember? Yeah. I can't remember for sure, but didn't have any plans to take any hardware off.
Lloyd's forgot more about Guthrie than I'll ever know.
oh, I know.
How vote you, Commissioner Lentz?
He made the motion.
Aye.
I,
The ayes have it.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
I
Have a
have-
good evening.
I have one question. Whatever happened to all the stuff that was inside that building?
It's still there. The runners are still there. Yeah, they have it till October 15th, and
Good luck.
I'm just planning on it being gone. But they have a lot of work.
At least.
Wow. Thank you very much. We appreciate you guys for coming tonight. All right, number 6 on the agenda, comments from staff. Anything going on we should know about?
We, just if you haven't read the city's announcement that a new city planner's been hired, and her name is Rebecca Blaine, and she will start her first day, I believe it's a week from today, the 18th.
Okay.
So she'll be the city's representative for your commission.
All right, great. Thank you.
Well, the last one didn't last very long, did he?
And I have one comment. Most of you are aware that we formed a nonprofit, Guthrie Tomorrow Coalition, to take over ownership of the old printing museum. Our second board meeting, we have a stellar board. Our second board meeting is tomorrow night at our house, 215 South Second. Lloyd and Patrick are both on that board, so they know about that, but I just want to let anybody know, even though we're not subject to the Open Meeting Records Act, so far all our meetings have been open to anybody that wants to attend and see what the progress is, what's going on, and anybody from city council sure welcome to come. We'll send that email out tonight.
All right, thank you.
Although I know they can't put more than 2 councilmen or 3 in there at the same time, or because they're subject to Open Meeting Act stuff. So, but they're sure welcome.
All right. And you had a question, what happened with the newspaper? What happened to the newsletter? Where did it go?
The newsletter,
I don't know.
Oklahoma Street. Somebody just hollered. Okay, the old pharmacy. There you go.
It's where the chamber was.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
And they have a new
I
editor
went
that's
over there to
been
look
there
at this.
just
Yep.
short.
Karen Ediger is the editor.
Well, we've been trying to renew our prescription online, and we haven't had any success. So I figured there's something going on.
They have changes afoot with them, apparently.
Okay.
All right. All right, we have any other things to talk about tonight?
I'm
I had a
good.
question about the bump outs, the proposed bump outs that have been
When is that coming up?
controversial.
I believe the bump out project is on hold right now.
Good, thank you.
Well,
Okay.
Everyone probably knows this, but should that thing gain new life, those kinds of changes, and I wasn't on the commission during the last several months when this first was kicked out, but any of those changes need to come before this board because it's changes in the
Sure
streetscape.
does.
And everybody probably knows that. I'm not sure if the council or some of the previous people knew that, but we need to make certain that they know that this commission gets a say in that.
Okay. We will all pay attention to that. Anybody else have any things we want to talk about tonight?
I'm good.
Okay. Motion for adjournment?
So move.
All right. Thank you guys